I don't know if you could hear it. It's raining out. There's lightning. It's a cold rain. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And this probably tells you the most about I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm bringing from here to here all of these rods. Trap, obviously, jerk bait, mega bass. You got a buzz bait. I think this has a shaky head. Yeah, shaky head, gambler giggy head. I got a Ned rig. Yeah, I have no idea. And we're going to go to a part of the lake I've never been to. We're going to go to the extreme west side of the lake. I guess it's shallower, maybe more largemouth because it is shallower. There's a ton of spots in there, so there's always going to be more spots overall. And we're going to target spotted bass because I haven't caught that many of them, so that's what I want to catch. But we got weird conditions. I got a bunch of rods that we're literally, here, let me show you what we're actually watching on TV. Friggin', I'm watching FLW at Smith Lake from 2018 on TV. I watched like a bunch of YouTube videos already. That's fish on. Oh, there's two. Dude, there's like multiple ones. So I don't know if this is gonna work, but this is kind of like the end of the creek channel right here, and I marked some fish as I drove. I can't believe my breath is steaming. It's supposed to be spring, but it like dips off and comes up. You can tell by my shading, and there's a little ledge there, and there's a couple brush piles, and I marked them right there. We're gonna drive over. I think we're gonna fish this no matter what, because you can see there's like a creek right there. This is like the back of a bigger creek, and you see that shoreline with that flat chunk rock and the clay mix? That's like perfect spawning grounds. So if they dropped off or if they're still coming, they should be kind of like sitting out in this trench just outside. But then again, what do I know? That might be a spot right there. Remember we talked about like the yellow kind of returns? Those are freaking fish. We're gonna do one more kind of like drive over here, and then I'm gonna get out the fishing rods, get out the cameras, and hopefully catch a few fish. Fish on. Just dead sticking it. We got a wacky rig drop shot right here. We're actually just fishing. Look up, well, it's a little baby spot, but it's just a little underwater point right here. You can see on my C map. I just made that cast. But hey, I'll take a fish like within like 5 minutes of getting started. It's right off that little finger point we found. Bug, you gotta look out because you're gonna get another crankbait in you. It's a little baby spot. Good start though. Fish on. Caught them right up. Oh God, there's a whole school of them. Oh God. You guys see them all on the graph? They're all spots, dude. Fish on. Feels like another small one, I think. It's running straight towards the boat. Oh, that's a better one. We're gonna cast right back there. That's right on that point. It's a nice spot. Nice fish. Wacky rig drop shot again. I gotta figure out a way to like be a little more efficient and fish these guys, but that's a nice little 1.5 pound, 2 pound spot. Guys, let me show you what I'm rigging up. I got a 1/4 ounce giggy head. I like the screw lock on there, so I'm gonna take a stick bait. I've been experimenting with this because I might, but hey, you twist it on there. You're gonna fold it and bring the hook through, and then skin hook it. After you bring the hook through a couple times, like if missing fish, like I've been doing, I'll just go ahead and embed it in the bait because that hook hole's in there pretty good, so it'll come out pretty easy. That's a better one. I think he ate it twice. On the shaky head again. There might be some more down there because I feel like he either bit it twice or 2 of them ate it. Still a little guy, but we're getting somewhere. You notice we caught that fish, you got clay and then it goes to kind of like a chunk rock transition. It's just a nice bottom transition. Makes a lot of sense. That's a big one. right off the point. Can't even power pull that. I think it's spot. This is that new flat-sided friggin' striking. Nice job, Mike. Right off that rock. Right off that rock. You see that rock right there? This fish came right off it. Move up. Look at, I got bow flip this one. A nice little spot. Ooh, 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 don't get all in my rods. That's interesting. Because I'm like, you know what? And he barely ate it. That just and he's peeing. They want to go spawn. Nice little fish. Guys, let me show you this though. This is kind of cool. So I saw this rock and I'm like, oh, let me make like a little freaking flip cast and bounce the rock. I bounced the rock. I can't see nothing on it. Bounced the rock and caught a fish. That's fish on. Oh, there's two. Dude, there's like multiple ones. I gotta drop back. Oh, there were multiples. Multiples. You wanna know what he was eating? We're on this little point. Oh, I gotta drop back. Why'd you have to be hooked so good, bro? We gotta make another cast. Damn, that was cool. Guys, let me show you on my C-map real quick, like what we're actually targeting. You can see there's a pocket right here and then this big round point. You can see how we went around it. We caught a fish right there, but these pockets get shallower and you can see there's like little kind of like micro points in there, and basically they're like rock piles and things along those lines. So we're targeting these pockets and we're trying to crank that flat-sided strike king kind of like along there, and then when we get to some of these points like these guys, we'll actually throw that shaky head, or if we get kind of like a straight stretch that kind of tapers off, maybe there's scattered beds on there, we'll throw that shaky head as well, that giggy head with the ace, or just with like a trick style worm. But that's what we're kind of looking for, and we're catching small ones, but maybe we'll stumble across a couple big ones too spawning. That's it. How? Move. There's some big ones right on this point, guys. Big ones. I don't know how I missed that fish. He just stopped it. That's what it is. Better one. We changed up to an ace, guys, and a little bulkier bait. It's a little bit better. I'm just trying to do something to try to maybe catch a little bit bigger fish. He ain't much bigger though. Nice one though. So sticky in the teeth, boy. Let's talk patterns real quick, and there's no better place to do it than next to a gigantic echo. Gigantic waterfall. This place is so cool. Like, we've seen some places where I really like to catch fish, but they weren't there. Giant boulders just out in the middle of the water, but we got a cool little waterfall right here. But let's talk fish, because that's what we're here to do. So we caught them in the morning. A lot of little guys. Struggled since then, but we kind of came up on a little something. There's a lot of wind today and a big front went through, so it's going to be a little bit tough. But we've been bouncing this crankbait and throwing a shaky head. And it's just at the points of pockets and then just inside the pockets, maybe like 30, 40 yards in. And you can see we're in one of them. We caught some fish right off of that one. You can see the point. There's also these chunk rock to kind of clay or gravel changes. And these kinds of changes seem to be key too. But we caught like fish literally off of like one boulder. So really, I didn't want to do it, but I'm going to be throwing a shaky head and that flat-sided, where is that joker? This guy right here, that flat-sided strike king. Quite a bit. It's kind of like a wannabe wiggle wart, but that seems to be the key. We're going to do some more of it. That's what we've gotten most of our bites on. We've caught a lot of fish, few like 2-pounders, pound and 3/4, you know, like 13, 14 inches, but a lot of small fish. So really the pursuit of the rest of the day is I want to catch one big one. Oh dear, did he eat it? Is that a big one or is that just an angry one? Took the rod out of my hand there, boy. So that is a small, angry one. Very freaking angry. Man, we gotta get off the small fish pattern. But it is fun catching these things. Trevor took the rod out of my, and he's peeing. They're freaking spawning, dude. I gotta figure out how to catch these bigger ones that are spawning. Oh, that was a better one. That was a better one. Man, Bog, I think it's only fitting that we wrap it up here. We're gonna wrap up this video, man. I'm a little frustrated, I'm not gonna lie. The reason we're wrapping it up right here is this stretch right here. I lost 2 giants on the shaky head, on that giggy head. And I don't know what I did wrong. I mean, it's one of those things where I like leaned into them, set the hook, kind of like a sweeping hook set, reeled down, kept the tension on. They buzzed me, and they come off. I think they were bedding fish, and let me tell you why real quick. If you guys see it, there's a bluff wall up there, but you can see the rocks come down. Just about 3 to 5 feet of water, pretty shallow. Drops off to like 30 out here. But I actually just broke the fish off again, so I'm pretty sure of this. I think they're bedding. There were 2 beds right on this little stretch right here, and they were bigger fish, dude. I couldn't even move the one. But I mean, that's the way it goes. So we'll do a wrap on that. Pattern today, mainly shaky head, which I broke off, and then this guy right here. And let's do a little review on this guy. So this is the flat-sided, like basically like square bill, I guess you call it, from Strike King. It's super cheap. It's like $5.99, $6.99. And I got it from Tackle Warehouse. This is green gizzard shad. We didn't catch giants, but dude, we caught a ton of fish on this thing. What's kind of nice is you can fish it in the places you fish a wiggle wart. It runs like 6 to 9, 6 to 8. I got it on 12-pound fluorocarbon and a little 7'2" cranking rod. And dude, you just grind rock and let it deflect, and they chew on it. It's a solid bait, and for that price point, you can't beat it, dude. Runs true. I really like it. It's gonna be on, like, tied on when I come out here, because it's perfect for these rock kind of chunky walls and stuff like that. And I really want to try it on Wilson. Fun day jacking on spots, guys. We're gonna wrap this thing up. Say hi to Bog. You're ready to go in, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're such a good boy. I know you're such a good boy. Make sure to like and subscribe. Do it for Bog so he can eat. Your ad revenues go towards his dinner. Oh, I forgot. I got like a head thing on. Yeah, we're supposed to be in spring and warm, but this is kind of like the last of the cold fronts going through. These fish should be moving up to spawn. I think they were spawning, and like I think these guys are spawning, but I think they were like spawning heavy, and they pushed back out. A lot of the fish we caught were kind of on points and just inside these pockets, throwing that crankbait, throwing that shaky head. I wish we would have dialed it in a little bit earlier, because I think we could have covered some more water. But dude, this spotted bass fishing and this clear water fishing, you can see the rocks like down there in like 8 feet of water, 5 feet of water. Dude, it's so much fun, and it's such a learning experience. At one point, we will continually smash giants. That's the belief. That's what we're working towards. That's the goal. But this is the process, man. And it's a learning process and a failing process. And if you're not failing, you're not doing it right, because you're not trying new things. But we're going to wrap this thing up. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Do it for Bog. Do it for me. But we will see you next time on some lake up here in Alabama. Hopefully smashing giants, but catching fish, learning things, trying out techniques, trying out new baits, trying out tactics. Later.
Yeah.